freely falling objects and acceleration due to gravity. All objects, when dropped from a height, fall towards the earth. This happens due to the gravitational force exerted by the earth on the object. Suppose you drop simultaneously a small stone and a cotton ball of the same size from a height. Which of the two will reach the ground first? We see that the stone reaches the ground earlier than the cotton ball. So, we may falsely conclude that the heavier objects fall faster than the lighter ones. That is, the acceleration produced in heavier objects is more than in lighter objects. Galileo showed that all bodies, whether light or heavy, fall at the same speed towards the earth. Galileo explained that the lighter bodies fall at a slower rate due to the resistance of the air. Later, Robert Boyle proved this experimentally. He placed a coin and a feather in a long glass tube and evacuated it with the help of a vacuum pump. Robert Boyle observed that when the tube was inverted, both the coin and the feather reached the bottom of the tube at the same time. Thus, he concluded that the acceleration produced in all the freely falling bodies is the same and does not depend upon the mass of the falling body.
This is the experimental setup of freely falling bodies does not depend on mass. The air present inside the chamber, then the feather and the ball is released the same time. We can see the ball reaches fast. After some time only, the feather reached. Now the chamber is evacuated. Then both the objects released the same time. Now we can see what Galileo and Robert Boyle said. That both the objects are moving in same speed. Finally, both the objects reached same time. From this we can understand the freely falling bodies does not depend on its mass. Variation of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. Here, the acceleration due to gravity of the earth at the poles is, we all know, 9.8 meter per second square. It will be varies. Okay, the acceleration due to gravity of earth at the poles is 9.8 meter per second square. It will be varies. So, the variations, the value of the acceleration due to gravity decreases the following situations. Okay, the G on earth will decrease varies from in the following situations. First one, from the poles towards equator, one moves. Okay, when one moves, one person or one thing is moves from the poles towards equator. The poles, this is the poles, no? These are the poles. Poles towards equator, that time what? Small g decreases. From the poles towards equator. Second point is, when one moves away from the earth surface, as on hills or in balloons, okay, in balloons or in spaceships, okay, when one moves away from the earth surface, in hills, in large hills there, no, in when one moves to hills, the small g will decreases. So what will happen when one moves away from the earth? The third point is, when one moves into earth, say in deep mines, the small g decreases. One moves into the earth deep mines, that means inwards of the earth, okay, then from surface to inward direction. So in that condition, small g will decreases. So small g varies. We are already discussed in the last chapter, capital G is a constant. The same time, small g is the acceleration. Many objects are falling towards the earth because of the what? Gravity. That gravity, the falling objects due to gravity, that is called acceleration due to gravity. This gravity is, experimentally we find the value is 9.8 meter per second square. It will be varies. On the surface of the earth. Yes, these are the conditions. What are they? When one moves from the poles towards equator, small g decreases. When one moves away from the earth surface, small g decreases. Then one moves into the earth, say in deep mines, okay, that time also small g decreases. In one more condition, there is at the center of the earth, this portion, no, inside the earth, at the center portion, there the small g is what? G on earth at the center of the earth is, at the center of the earth is 0. What is that? 0. At the center of the earth, small g is 0. This is a special condition. Have to concentrate this also. These are the things about variation of acceleration due to gravity on the surface of the earth. The value of acceleration due to gravity on earth is 9.8 meter per second square. It will be decreases when one moves from the poles towards equator, away from the earth as on hills, in balloons, spaceships, etc. And it decreases into the earth, say in deep mines. At the center of the earth, g is 0. The next topic is mass and weight. First of all, we are going to study about mass. What is mass? Before studying mass, we have learned in the chapter of force and laws of motion that mass of an object is the measure of inertia. What is mass? It is the measure of inertia. Measure of inertia. We have also learned that greater is the inertia, greater is its mass. If there is a inertia is greater, there should be the mass of the particular object is greater. It remains same anywhere and everywhere in the universe. However, it can be defined as, the mass can be defined as the amount of matter, contained in a body. Contained in a body. Okay, this is mass. What is mass? The amount of, that means if there is a cup of sugar, that the matter contained in a body, the matter is the sugar. That is the mass. Okay, then 1 kilogram sugar is in a cup. There is the mass is the amount of matter, amount of sugar contained in a body. So, the amount of matter contained in a body, that is called a mass. The mass of a body is a scalar quantity. It is a scalar quantity. Mass of a body is a scalar quantity. It is independent of surroundings and the position of the body. It is a constant quantity for a given body. It is independent of surrounding. Okay. Then it is a constant quantity because when one body is placed on the surface of earth and the same time it is placed on the surface of moon, then there is a 1 kilogram, an object has a 1 kilogram, and the same object is placed on the earth also. It is also consists of 1 kilogram mass. Then in these two cases, it is not changing. It is a constant. Okay. In the case of moon, there is also that body contains 1 kilogram mass, and now on the surface of earth also it consists of 1 kilogram mass. So it is a constant quantity. Mass is a constant quantity. It does not change anywhere. Constant quantity. Mass is measured in kilogram in SI system. What is the SI unit of mass? SI unit of mass is what? Kilogram. Okay? SI unit of mass is kilogram. So, these are the main points regarding mass. What are they? The amount of matter contained in a body is called mass, and it is a scalar quantity, and also it is constant everywhere. Okay, and its SI unit is kilogram. Okay, then and some more points also you have to understand. Mass of a body is what are the things we know? It is a constant quantity and it is a scalar quantity we know. The some more conditions, it is independent of surrounding. It is independent of surroundings. Because of that it is called a constant quantity. Then it is measured in kilogram and it is measured by physical balance. It is measured by physical balance. and mass never be zero. Mass never zero. Mass never be zero. It is a constant quantity. It is never zero. Very clear. I think you are all very clear about mass. That is the amount of matter contained in a body. Next topic is weight. Weight denoted by a letter W and mass denoted by M. Weight and mass is not equal. Why? We can go through weight. That is, weight is the pull exerted on the body by the earth is called its weight. The pull exerted on the body by the earth is called what? Weight. Okay, so from this we can understand when a body is on the surface of earth, that time there is why the body is on the surface of earth? Because of the pulling force exerted by the earth. So that pulling force is called the weight of the particular object. That means, that is, weight, you have to understand the thing, weight is somewhat of force. If there is no force, there is no weight. Okay, weight is somewhat of force. If there is no force, no pulling force by the earth, what? There is the weight of the object will varies. Okay, that is, we already discussed in the variation of G, that G is the pulling force, no? If there is a variation of G, the weight of the particular object will varies. Okay, but in the case of mass, it does not change its value. Okay, it is a constant quantity. It is same everywhere. And an object consists of 1 kilogram on the surface of earth. The same 1 kilogram it has when it is on the surface of moon. Okay. Then, as per Newton's second law, we know Newton's second law. We know the equation of force. What is that? F is equal to ma. Then here, that is, A is the acceleration. Here acceleration due to gravity, that is the pulling force. So A become G. So we can write F is equal to what? mg. Here, what is the force? The pull exerted on the body by the earth. The pulling force. Pull exerted on the body by the earth means that is the force. So weight on the body. Here the force is equal to weight on the body. Weight on the body. So we can write W is equal to W is equal to mg. W is equal to mg. This is the equation of weight. What is the equation for finding weight? W is equal to mg. W is the what? Weight. What is weight? Weight is the pull exerted on the body. What is pull exerting on the body by the earth? That pull is the gravity, the force of gravity. mg. Then you just guess what is the SI unit of weight? Weight is fully depending on the pulling force. So the SI unit of weight is what? Newton. What is that? Newton. Newton. Denoted by capital N. Weight of the body is not a constant. It is not a constant quantity. Not a constant quantity. Because small g varies. We are all know. Suppose the weight of the object maximum. It is maximum. It is maximum at the poles. At the poles. And weight is minimum minimum at the equator. Weight of an object is maximum because small g is maximum at the poles and minimum at the equator. Because of that, weight of an object also depending on the pulling force, that is small g. So it is also maximum at the poles and minimum at the equator. Okay. Then some more points you have to study related to weight, that is, it is a variable quantity. That is, it is not a constant quantity. It is a variable quantity. It is already discussed. It is variable quantity. The next point is, it is also a vector quantity. It is not a scalar. It is a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. And next is, it is measured by spring balance. In the case of mass, it is measured by common balance. It is measured by spring balance. Spring balance. And it can be 0. It can be 0. If g is 0, what? Weight will be 0. It can be 0. Okay. So, these are the things about weight and mass. Topic is equations of motion for freely falling bodies. All freely falling bodies move with uniform acceleration due to gravity. What is that? In the case of Earth, 9.8 meter per second square. That is uniform acceleration due to gravity. Thus, the equations of motion for uniformly accelerated bodies are applicable to the freely falling bodies. We are all know the equations of motion. I had studied in the first chapter. Then, in this case, when at the equations of motion we are applying to the freely falling bodies, there is a little bit change. That is, the equations of motion for freely falling bodies can be written by replacing A for G and S for H. A for G and A replaces to G and S replaces to H. What is H? The height through which the body fall. The height through which the body fall. So we can write first the general equations that we already discussed. General equations. We already discussed in the first chapter. Isn't it? Then second is motion of equations for the freely falling bodies. The freely falling bodies. Okay. Then general equation, first equation we are all know. What is that? V is equal to U plus AT. In the case of freely falling bodies, the equation there is a little bit change. It changes to what? V is equal to U plus A replaces to G. U plus GT. Okay. Then second equation, what is that? S is equal to UT plus half AT square. It changes to what? Changes to H. S is replaced H. H is equal to UT plus half GT square. Okay. Then third equation, V square minus U square is equal to 2AS. It changes to what? V square minus U square is equal to 2GH. 2GH. So, these are the equations. These equations we are using for freely falling bodies. Equations of motion for freely falling bodies. These are the general equations in linear motion. In linear motion, we are using these equations. But in the case of freely falling bodies, we are using this equation. Okay. I think you are all clear about equations of motion for freely falling bodies. Calculation of acceleration due to gravity on the moon, and to prove that is 1/6 of the acceleration due to gravity on the earth. That means we are going to prove the acceleration due to gravity is g on moon is 1/6 that of earth. For proving that, we need the data mass of the moon, mass of the moon, that is capital M, mass of the moon, that is capital M. What is that? 7.4 into 10 raised to 22 kilogram. Okay. Then radius of the moon, that is capital R, that is equal to what? 1.74 into 10 raised to 6 meter. Okay. Then we are all know what is gravitational constant G? Gravitational constant, that is capital G, is equal to 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square. Then first we want to find out the acceleration due to gravity of the moon. We are all know the acceleration due to gravity of earth. What is that? 9.8 meter per second square. Here, for finding the acceleration due to gravity of moon, we are taking these data. Then acceleration due to gravity of moon, gravity on the moon is equal to G on M is equal to what? Capital GM by what? R square. Here mass of moon and here radius of moon. Okay. Then what will get? Substitute the values. What will get? G on moon is equal to what? 6.67 into 10 raised to minus 11 Newton meter square per kilogram square into what is mass? 7.4 into 10 raised to 22 divided by what is the radius? R square, no? 1.74 into 10 raised to 6 the whole square. So then simplify this, then we will get GM, gravity on moon, is equal to what? 6.67 into 7.4 into 10 raised to minus 11 plus 22. Okay, divided by 1.74 into 1.74 into 10 raised to 12. 6 into 2, 12. Then what we will get? After simplifying this, we will get G on moon is equal to what? 1.63 meter per second square. You can simplify this. Then we will get G on moon as 1.63 meter per second square. And we want to find out the ratio. We already know the the acceleration due to gravity of Earth. What is that? 9.8 meter per second square. That is 9.81 there. We are writing 9.8. In 9.81 meter per second square, that is G on Earth. G on Moon is 1.63 meter per second square. We got from this. Then we want to find out what? To prove that 1/6 acceleration due to gravity on the Earth. 1/6 of the acceleration due to gravity. What is that? Acceleration due to gravity of Moon is 1/6 that of Earth. Okay. So we can write, we can find the G on Moon compared to G on Earth. What will get? 1.63 by 9.81. Then it will get 1/6 approximately. So we can write what? G on gravity on Moon, acceleration due to gravity on Moon is equal to 1/6 of gravity on Earth. 1/6 of gravity on Earth. Now proved, no? Yes. From this we can, this is very important calculation. All of you should write in your note this calculation. Okay. Then how we will get the 1/6 the acceleration of the gravity of the Earth, the acceleration due to gravity of the on the Moon. Then these are the steps. So first of all, we want to find out the G on Moon with the help of Gm by R square equation. After that, compare the G on Moon what upon G on Moon to the G on Earth. Then we will finally we will get 1/6 approximately value. So we can write G on Moon is equal to 1/6 that of G on Earth.